those Khilafat Razdin and Anjuman. But as they quit, they took everything with them. The notes of the Holy Quran which were prepared during the lifetime of Hazrat Masih Maud and Hazrat Masih, all the important documents, and the coffers of the Jamaat were left empty. Not entirely empty, of course, because they, in Boston, wrote an article after they went to Lahore and established their office there, the center there, that we'll see how long Qadian can continue with this. We have left only 6 annas in the coffers of the Jamaat. All the money is with us. They said majority of the people, well, those present were of course opted for Khilafat, chose Khilafat. But they claim that the majority of the following all over India and the rest of the world belongs to us. We command the majority. So they said that after a few years, this is a published article in Paygam-e-Sulh, which is the official organ of Jamaat Lahore. They said, we'll see how long this survive. Hardly a few years, they said. And after that, nobody would know any Ahmadiyyat in Qadian. This is what would happen to Qadian, it would be abandoned entirely. This was the extent of their hatred for the second caliph. And they claim majority on our democracy is on our side, and we have shed that one particular point which is the source of all hatred directed against Ahmadiyya, that is the claim of Nubuwwat, the claim of prophethood. So they said we have got rid of one nuisance, one bad point, and we have gained another good positive value, that is we are champions of democracy as against dictatorship. So both the modern trends of humanity, of human beings are with us, and the trends of the Orthodox Muslims are also with us, because they have rejected the concepts of continuity of prophethood in any form. So they started with these advantages. If their claims were right, they started with the advantage of having all the finances to themselves. If their claims were right, they started with the advantage of a much larger following outside Qadian. And of course, in the second 2 points, the age was that of democracy and not of one-man rule. So the modern trends were favoring them. They were traveling along the waves, not against them, along the flood. As far as the drawback of, according to them, the drawback of claim of prophethood was concerned, they had got rid of that drawback. No disadvantage to them anymore. They could immediately become popular among the Muslim masses by telling them, no prophethood. So why not? What is the big objection now? With all these advantages, during the last about 90 years or so, what has happened? You know what has happened? These advantages have worked totally against them, entirely, to establish the fact that religious communities prosper with the help of Allah, not by such worldly advantages. If you had put these facts into a non-religious computer, which does not bring into account the concept of God and His interference in the affairs of the world, in the affairs of human beings, then the result should be, this group should prosper. They are modern in thoughts, in organization. They are less much less hated, because they have dropped the idea of Nubuwwat altogether. So even if they were hated, they were much less hated as compared to the other group. They could gain much rapid popularity among the Muslims with the idea of the unit having been dropped entirely. They could gain much more popularity among other religions of the world in the modern age because they believe not in Khilafat but in organizational control, joint control of committees and so on. So this is how the race started. What should have been the result of that computer? They should win, and the other party, poor obsolete party, should have been wiped out. Yet the decree of Allah got unfolded completely different. The claim, if that was right, I don't agree that that was right, but if that was right, they enjoyed 90% popularity among the then existing Jamaat. But if that is an exaggerated claim, as I believe it is, let's call it 50-50. Or even less, let's call it 30-17 our favor and to their disadvantage. So we started the race with 70 against 30, let's call it. And you know what is the position today? Against 1,000 Ahmadis, they are one. And that is a liberal estimate on my part. If you want to know what happened to them with these popular ideas, you should go to see their Jalsa Salana, their annual gathering in Lahore. And compare that annual gathering, not with our annual gathering, because there is no comparison. Not with the annual gathering of Jamaat Lahore either, because there is no comparison. Compare their annual gathering of the entire world organization with one Jummah held in any mosque, Ahmadiyya mosque in Lahore. And you will be surprised to observe that the gathering at every Jummah, which is held in so many centers in Lahore, is larger than their annual gathering of the entire world. What happened to those advantageous ideas and popular ideas and all that? Allah wanted to establish that it is me, Allah alone, who sees to it that His people become victorious. They don't become victorious by following popular movements and things and worldly affairs. Against the will of Allah, no will can be imposed. And when Allah so desires, against the will of people, Allah's will is imposed. However bitter the idea of Nabuwwat may have been, those who held this idea have become victorious over those who had run away from this idea. So this is in a nutshell the reason of the split and the result of the split. And this is perhaps what you never knew before, unless you had read the mention of it in encyclopedia. Is that correct?
Excuse me?
This you had never known before.
No, I got it from, well, I got the question first. I was asked the question, then I carried out the research. I followed on the encyclopedia.
Now I have already inspected. You know, a small pamphlet should be written on the lines in which I have answered this question, documented of course, because by suddenly answering a question at random, you don't remember all the references, etc. So a very small article, which could be read in 20 minutes, let's say, or 15 minutes, should be written just giving the various facts in the same order as I have mentioned, for the newcomers.
Is there a point of clarification to him who is going to write the pamphlet that I have to sing that just to give him the encyclopedia number and when it was published, so that can consult it and read it through it, then to also help to tackle the question. Thank you.
So when are you going to be for Leningrad?
Yeah. Inshallah tomorrow, 9 o'clock.